Well, here's the issue, and I think the confusion there was that people assumed that the victims were members of gangs. No, that is, I think that's just a little confusion there. So this wasn't someone shooting at these people because they were gang members. So let's just make that clear. So we don't want to put that on the family. We don't, until we get all of the facts, we don't need to say anything about the motive right now because it is under investigation, and the Chicago Police Department is working diligently to get to the bottom of this to try to find the offenders of this crime. We look at everything, especially places where we know we have conflicts, right? Especially if it's a conflict between two groups or several groups, we make sure that we stay on top of that. We keep a focus on it and we get the proper resources out to these locations. Obviously, we still have to police constitutionally. That's one of the things that we're making sure that we work on, but at the same time, we have to do everything within our power to keep that gang violence down. So if we see that type of violence, that is only one aspect of the violence that you see in this city. Some of it is just senseless disputes where people decide that they're going to handle those disputes with weapons. So we're going to continue to do our best to keep neighborhoods safe. So let me just start with the hours of this location. The location here today is open from 3 to 7 for now, but we still have crime victim services, and I gave you that number that anyone can call and still get resources. What I will tell you is that this is still under investigation, and we're working hard, not only just us, but we're also working with other partners to make sure that we get all of the evidence that we can. Anybody who has any information, please give us a call and let us know if you have any information. It would be helpful. The thing is, sometimes it's really hard to give a message to a parent whose child has been victimized, because until you've been there, you don't know what that is, you don't know what that feels like, and oftentimes you'll have people say, I know how you feel. You don't. Because unless you actually feel that trauma or you've been victimized by it, you have no idea what that feels like. But what I will say is that the Chicago Police Department is going to be here to protect you, to protect your children, to protect these schools no matter what. This is our job. This is what we're here for. We're here to make sure that we can do everything within our power to keep our city, our citizens safe, especially our children. But I will also say this, keep your children close to you. It's unfortunate that I have to say something like that, because you want your children to feel free, to have fun, to move around like we did when we were children. Unfortunately, right now, we don't live in that space, but we're working toward getting back to it. In the meantime, it is going to be very, very important for parents to know exactly where their kids are at all times. Keep them in your sights, because they're precious, and we know they're precious to you, and we don't want to lose them or have them injured by senseless violence. The only thing I can tell you is that the 4-year-old is doing fine. There were some major injuries to that 4-year-old, but he's doing fine right now. And the mother is feeling, she's thankful that her child is still with her. Nothing at this time. Everything is still under investigation, and if we have anything like that, it's evidence. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody.